Can you believe it's day 50 on our search for the perfect family caravan? Today we're going to talk about vehicles. I've narrowed it down to 2 vehicles that we're looking at to tow our caravan, and once we've got that sorted out, we're going to be able to press ahead with selecting the caravan, which we've got a pretty good idea on as well. If you've watched the first couple of videos we created one on day 6 after we went to the caravan and camping show, and we also created one on day 30 which was talking about what we learnt from the caravan camping show, what the outcome of our discussions were, and we really narrowed down what sort of caravan we're after. We mentioned currently I have a Holden Crewman, and it's just not big enough to tow anything at all, so we will be getting rid of the Holden Crewman and upgrading. Given that's a dual cab, I really like the dual cab. I've always found it really useful to have the ute to throw things in. When we go camping, currently by tent, we load up the ute. It's fantastic and take it away. It's very good for gardening jobs and home renovations and the like. But when it comes to towing a caravan, I looked really closely into all the major players. I looked into the BT50, the Ranger, the D-Max, all the big players that a lot of families are currently using for dual cabs. And after looking into them, I looked at some information on their weights, what they could tow, and I started to realise that they're going to be really tight when it comes to towing a 3-ton van around Australia. It's certainly doable. However, when you look at what is known as the gross combined mass of the vehicle, which is listed in the manufacturer's information, most of them are around 6 tonne. And we need a family van that's going to be 3 tonne in weight, which will automatically put a 10% ball weight, assume 10%, onto the vehicle. So that needs to be subtracted off the gross vehicle mass. I'm starting to get a little bit technical, but here's the top level summary of what's going on when it comes to dual cabs. After you add your canopy, your bull bar, your winch, your lights, maybe an Engel fridge in the back, everything that you want to have on your vehicle for going out and camping and doing that big lap of around Australia, it quickly adds up. And we worked out that whilst I could use one of those vehicles as standard and get pretty much everything we want on it and still tow our dream caravan, it's going to be really close. And I'd rather have some room left over in the allowable weight in case I start to add some other things. Maybe we pick up a slab of beer, maybe we add a kayak or something like that on our journey. Maybe we take an extra person, I don't know. So it really becomes tight. You can get a GVM upgrade, but the information I've found so far says that for around 3 to 5 grand, depending on your vehicle, to get a GVM upgrade, it will increase the GVM of the vehicle, the total weight allowed on the dual cab itself. But it doesn't always, or at least I can't find the information showing me that it actually automatically increases the gross combined mass. And these items are really important to make sure your car doesn't break down, your trailer doesn't break down, that your insurance covers you, and you're not liable for anything that you do out there when you're doing your lap around Australia. So this was really eye-opening stuff. To summarise, after going through all of that, the reason why I wanted the dual cab was to, once we get back from our trip, be able to use the ute again. But then if I add the canopy, the roof rack, an awning, all these things, a fridge, I'm not ever going to take them out anyway. So that put me firmly in the wagon territory. There's 2 big players in the market when it comes to a wagon or a 4-wheel drive, one of the big 4-wheel drives, and that's the Toyota Land Cruiser, the 200 series model, and the Land Rover Discovery 4. They're the cars that I'm looking at, and we've got a budget of around 50k, which would have given us our dual cab with the setup we wanted. When it comes to these cars, these new are 110 plus K, so we can't buy a new vehicle. So we're really starting to look at around a 2010 to a 2012 model, the Toyota Land Cruiser and the Land Rover Discovery 4. Comparing these two, they actually give you up to 6.8 tonnes of gross combined mass, which means that we're going to have plenty of kilos to play with on the vehicle and in the gross combined mass department, meaning that I won't be right on my limit of weights. I certainly won't be over it. So if I'm going up hills or towing, at least I'll know I'll have peace of mind that we have plenty of capacity. If I need to buy something, I can throw it in and know that it's okay. So it sounds like I'm going a bit over the top with the weights, but these are really important things to know. There is real stories out there of cars breaking down, of people with insurance. I shared one in the last video of someone that insurance wouldn't pay them out, a friend of my uncle's. So you really need to be aware of it. So where we're at, we're going to be buying either a Land Rover Discovery 4 or the Toyota Land Cruiser Series 200. It's going to be second hand. We've got a budget around 50 grand. We're going to look for something that's already kitted out. We're going for the diesels. A good rule of thumb with diesels, what I've heard so far, is that you get better fuel economy, better power and towing, and you're really looking for something that's worn in and done a lot of driving to have heated everything up and to look after the overall engine. So if there's any diesel mechanics out there, they might be aware of this. Is something I'm learning about. There's a lot of smaller city-based diesel cars that are having a lot of problems right now, and the Peugeots and some of the other ones, because they're doing short, sharp trips in and around the city and they're never getting hot enough, and it's causing maintenance issues for the vehicle. So that's a good thing. Looking for a second-hand vehicle, we'll find something that's already run in, done a lot of Ks. I'm hoping for something around the 150,000 K mark that's already set up, got a winch, got a bull bar, might have a drawer in the back and the fridge, etc. Obviously hoping to be under my GVM and the GCM weights, which are things I'll have to look at and sort out. Back to the Caravan, we've made some good strides. We've narrowed it down to a few different brands. We've looked at second-hand Caravans. There's really not much difference what we've found in a second-hand Caravan versus a new Caravan. With the second-hand Caravans, a little quirk here is that warranties don't pass to the new owner. So under the rules, a warranty that's still existing for the current owner will not be transferred to the new owner. So when we start to figure that out and we start to look at the minor discrepancies, Caravans really do hold their weight quite well. We're starting to lean towards buying a brand new Caravan. We've looked at all the manufacturers again that we went through and looked at when we were away. We've narrowed that right down. We'll do a video and talk through the Caravans we're looking at. We've got about 2 or 3 that we've basically narrowed it down, so I'll save that for a future post. But we're pressing ahead, and we might even be looking to purchasing the Caravan, at least ordering the Caravan, inside the next 3 to 6 months. So that'll be exciting, and we'll share all that with you as well. So that's it. That's day 50. We've narrowed down the car. We've got an idea where our Caravans are at. And we're starting now to look at all the different cars available, and hopefully we'll have some news soon on what we've selected and get going.